And then this is where they end up getting taken out by Team Queso.
I think someone's having a little bit too much fun with the telestrator there. The thing is, I think
welcome, Twitch chat.
I think you saw Frozen, like he kind of gets aggressive at the same moment his teammates kind of back away. So maybe it's miscommunication. Obviously, making that split-second decision is really tough to communicate when you want to make that big play happen. Let's take a look, though, at our schedule another time as we're making our way through into our third match, making our way downtown to Miramar. And again, we're seeing Group B being taken out. So, Glitter, who is coming out and who will be, unfortunately, just watching from the sides at the moment?
So this time, it's going to be Group B sitting out, which will be Wildcard Gaming, KHK Esports, Dream Eaters, and Loops Esports.
Okay, so that means, I'm assuming now, we can start to see some other teams get a chicken dinner. Then again, we still haven't had two. But on to Miramar, we saw it last time. It was Unique that took home the chicken dinner. I don't know how I favor their chances now after just watching what we just had happen.
I'm just gonna toss it up to miscommunication, all right? Lightning was over there towards the mountain. Not sure what he was doing there, honestly. I think he was trying to get some off angle, which I'm totally up for off angles, but not to that extent. Definitely not to that extent. And here going into Miramar, some of the teams that I'm actually gonna be looking at, even though you did mention Unique winning yesterday, they could end up winning again. I mean, honestly, that was just miscommunication. And I also want to see what Team Queso is going to be able to do. If I'm not mistaken, I know you said Team Queso is going to be playing this next match as well. Keep in mind, Team Queso ended up getting second place yesterday because the circle did end up landing super close to them. I want to see how they're going to react here on Miramar if the circle's not in their favor and if maybe they don't have a compound.
Yeah, actually, can I follow up on that for you? I'm curious, do you feel like teams that struggle to rotate and teams that get a little bit of circle luck is a massive factor when it comes to such a big map like Miramar?
Oh, it definitely is, especially with Miramar. There's going to be just so much open area, and depending on what the final circle is going to go ahead and be, you have those teams that are kind of, they like to play the edge of the circle a little bit more, and depending on what rotation they end up with, maybe the circle ends up on them and they don't have to rotate. I've seen that actually backfire before because the teams are just not used to that. The teams are not used to getting into those fights on certain circles, and they rather just stand back and just wait to see what happens. But staying back as well can be hurtful because if you try to push into a certain spot, that might be taken already.
So I've got a question for both of you, though. I think I know the answer. You guys got your game open, right? You're sitting there watching the Esports Center, looking for a chance to win some items in-game, and you guys can do that as well at home. There's a lucky draw going on. As long as you're sitting there watching in the client, in the Esports Center, you have a chance to win some lovely, lovely items. So if you're not doing that now, you still got time. We got 20 days left of PUBG Mobile World League action. But guys, now I want to talk about prediction time. I'm going to have you go first, Seven, because you were the one to cop out last time and go last.
Oh, okay. I'm actually going to go with Wildcard. I'm going to stick with Wildcard.
They're not playing, they're not playing.
No, shh, Glitter, don't tell them that. Oh. Come on, we had to
sorry.
Wait, my bad. My bad.
So
I'm going to go ahead and say Koninapower, my bad.
All right, Glitter.
Okay, I'm actually going to go with B4.
You're going for B4. Okay, well, I'll give my prediction to you as well. I think Tempo. Come on, Tempo.
Shout out to Monica.
All right, get you guys out of here. We're going to bring in our commentators. We'll check with you guys after the match. Please don't let me curse Tempo another time. Hot Jukes and Mr. Dave, Mr. Mustache Dave himself. You can follow him on Instagram. I'll let you do your own shout out later on. Guys, we've already had 2 games being played today. It seems like we're just pushing straight through everything. Miramar, what's your expectations, Hot Jukes?
Man, I'm ready to see some action. You know, every time I look at Miramar 2.0, it's always just been intense from start to finish. I want to see some shots across the field. I want to see some vehicles blow up. Let's get into it. Miramar 2.0.
And we're in it.
Let's go.
In it. So, I mean, 7 on the desk, you know, rooting for wild card. It's going to be a challenge for them, you know, to get the dub here. I don't know. Miracles do happen, Hot Jukes. But getting on in, and when I say miracle, because they're not in this game, to be clear. All right.
That's true.
So, getting on into this game, the plane will be starting up there to the north, Campo Militar. And it does look like we're going to have Nova dropping out real early on, sending it right there.
Oh, yeah, they're taking that early flight path. Yeah, you're right, man. If Wildcard were to win this one, what a play. That would be an insane play. And speaking of that, we're going to do a remake, you know? We're gonna go ahead and do the, you know, hit that remix, you know, once again. So we're going to go ahead and make sure that everything is fair. Everybody's in. Everybody can talk to each other. And we'll most likely be back with you guys in just, you know, just a few 4 short minutes while we get this game remade.
Yeah, so many people have predicted wildcard to get the chicken dinner. We might actually have to throw them in the lobby. I don't know, just maybe.
Right, that would be insane. No, but yeah, they're going to be sitting out of this match, but we still have a whole bunch of squads here that are going to be putting in a ton of work. You know, one thing I want to see is I want to see Cloud9 kind of make it happen here. At the same time, though, I don't know if this is just a trend that Cloud9 likes to do. They just seem to be like Secretariat and just want to win towards the end. You know, they did it in the America Scrims. They did it in the PMPL. They were bottom 10 almost the entire tournament. And then the last few days, clutch it to get top 3. Insane. So I think if anybody kind of gets a pass for just, you know, early game kind of, you know, not doing too well, I think it's got to be Cloud9.
Or, you know, I know this is like a Rubik's Cube right here, you know, and I might be thinking a little too far into this one.
Okay.
But remember, I said yesterday, you know, this is all about seedings, you know, so wherever you place at the end of today is the group that you get seeded in. So, for example, say you got Football List up there first place, say you got Loops in second place, like, you know, you can kind of throw a game strategically to make sure that you're not in their group. If you're paying close attention to it, and you know, maybe some teams, they want to kind of set up, you know, their groups. Like if I'm Cloud9, maybe I want to be in Umbra's group. Maybe I want to be in SWAT 69's group because maybe they did a little more research on those two teams, on those two regions, and they're more comfortable with their drop spots and their drop locations. I mean, there's a lot of strategy that can actually go into this whole seeding process that is today, and it was yesterday. So just a reminder, that's the objective for today. These teams are coming in here at the end of the day. They're going to get seeded into their groups. And another question I saw in the chat, these are live. These are a little slight delay, but it's live. We're live.
Live, baby. We're live, baby. And yeah, speaking of live, you know, I know we were talking earlier, you know, about Seven's bold prediction of wildcard, you know, winning this game, even though they're not playing. But, you know, speaking of wildcard, we're going to go over really quick to a quick interview with this squad so you can see what some of the players have to say.
Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Kyle Aris, one of the hosts here for the PMWL coming up, and I have Spring with me from Wildcard Gaming. First of all, why don't you introduce yourself to the audience, as well as tell us about your role within the team, etc.
Okay. Hey guys, I'm Spring, and I'm the in-game leader for Wildcard.
All right, so how did you first get introduced to PUBG Mobile? What's your story?
Yeah, so I actually had some friends from a different game who transferred over to PUBG Mobile, and I kind of waited a few months after they'd already gone over, but then I started seeing them compete in some pretty big tournaments, and they were recommending the game, and I finally just decided to, you know, come on over and haven't looked back since.
Fair. And what would you say is your favorite memory related to PUBG Mobile and your competitive experience?
Probably when we won the North American Regional Championships. Before that, I'd never gotten a first place in a gaming tournament. I'd only gotten as high as second. So to get first place in a major tournament was just a really big moment for me.
So which team would you consider being one of your biggest rivals going into the PMWL?
Probably Loops. And I think they're probably the biggest rival of everybody who played in PMPL because they beat us in PMPL. And we want to come back and beat them this time.
Right, and kind of related to that question, how would you rate your team compared to the other teams participating in the PMWL West?
So we just picked up a player, Sam. He was formerly on Tribe Gaming in PMPL, and he is just an incredible fragger. So right now, we've been performing really well in everything we've played in, from North American scrims to even the World League scrims. So I think we have a really solid chance of winning this thing, and I think we're looking really strong coming into it.
All right. Well, thank you very much for joining me here, and best of luck in the PMWL that's coming up.
All right. Thank you. Bye, guys.
Wow.
Back.
Just look at that. Look at that. Look at Spring, you know, giving a good old-fashioned interview right there. It's also to be able to see these different players' perspectives as they kind of go into a tournament, especially at this grand scale. And, you know, Wildcard, a team, a lot of these players have played in multiple tournaments in the past. You know, so as Spring mentioned, he is the IGL as well as the off-angle specialist for Wildcard. And this is a squad that, man, we've seen really come up in the North American scene as of late.
Yeah, not only that, you know, Spring looking to make the comeback, right? Was on a squad last time around last season in Malaysia for the qualifiers, you know, has the experience, you know, handling the pressure. And that's someone that I would pick as my IGL. You know, they got the experience, they got the know-how, and they got the tools to help the team succeed. And, you know, Wildcard have been doing a really swell job here so far.
Oh, yeah, I think they've been doing really well. I mean, they push as a squad together. We saw even Slicky by himself able to kind of hold it down and get placement for his squad just in the first match of this evening. But I just really want to tell everybody that's watching right now, if you've never played in a competitive tournament or anything like that, again, today's the last day for registration for the PMCO. Get some buddies together, register, and just give it a shot. Whether you qualify or not, it'll be a blast. And if you do happen to qualify and get to this stage, you can already see the prize pools that are being laid out just for participating. I'm telling you, it is a once in a lifetime opportunity. Get it done. Because just to kind of go back, give a little bit of history. I myself started off playing this game, just a little farmer for text, decided to download the game, got some buddies together, ended up playing in one of the first tournaments. Since then, I was able to qualify, go to the Dubai tournament that was over there that they had a couple of years ago now. And since then, man, I mean, it's just been insane. So get involved, try out some of this competitive mobile gaming because it's at a whole nother level. Trust me on that.
With that being said, you know, this is always a question that I have in my mind. So we're looking at the wild card right now and talking about winning. Like, I know the cash prizes are paid out in USD, but as a pro player, like, would you take it in UC, Hot Jukes? Be real with me.
Oh, man, you got to. I think you got to. Got to take it. You know, speaking of take it, you know, we're looking at wild card. You know, he did mention how he was kind of scared of loops going into these next couple of matches. And you can see right now, look at this, the damage done so far in between these two squads. Loops, we saw them in the PMPL, just putting in work, dominating as a team. You know, they've done more damage, even have received less damage, but the kills, you know, really close together so far. So I think that, you know, Wildcard has definitely gone back, done some research, put in the work, and I think that we're going to see a really strong team coming here into the PMWL West.
Yeah, and they are in a really strong position, at least when it comes to air and goal, because a lot of these squads, they're forced to fight, you know, for drop spots and all the way up there, at least on air and goal. And that's going to be the map that is most played here in the World League. And they got Severny. Nobody messes with them up there. So they're looking really good. But it does look like, okay, our players getting loaded back on into the Miramar map. And, you know, Jason, he's always asking for predictions from Glitter, always asking from Seven. Never for us, Hot Jukes. Never for us. It feels bad. So let me ask you, who's your squad that you think will be able to get a chicken dinner here on this Miramar game?
Wildcard's not playing it, right? We know that for sure, right? So, you know what? I think I got to go with Tempo Storm. I really want to see them put in some work here in this match. You know, I think it's a really solid squad that we've seen go far so far. And since they land, especially Centro in Picado, I think that leaves them for a lot of room. So I'm just going to go with Tempo, see how they do this game.
Interesting. Yesterday, Picado, they fought somebody. I forgot who it was, but I remember we were looking at it, we were talking about it, and the opponents, it might have been KONINAPOWER, I'm not sure, but they were smashing the vending machine, getting all those boosts over there. And there's so many new additions into Miramar 2.0. There's new buildings, you know, here and there. You got kind of sprinkled across the map. You got the Win 94. You got the boost machines. You got the Golden Marauder. So very exciting times right now to be.
Wait. Speaking of Win 94, what are your predictions that we're going to finally see a Winchester 94 kill here in this game?
You know, no memes aside, if there was a squad to get that, it would be Wildcard, just because we saw them pick it up multiple times during the PMPL America. So I don't think I'll be able to see the Win 94 kill this game around, because people honestly they're kind of afraid of it. And I don't know why. Personally, when I'm in Miramar, this might not be the competitive lobbies, but I pick up double win 94s, and I just spam those.
Gotta do it. Gotta do it. I think they're just afraid of having too much power in their hands. You know, that's why they avoid the Winchester 94. But here we go. We got the players on the plane, locked and loaded, ready to go here. And it looks to be a similar pain path from what we saw in the last game as well. So, hey, you know, you're going to see some players most likely drop right off the bat to Impala, Picado, El Pozo. All of those areas are within flying range right here. So this is going to be a really interesting one, I believe.
Gonna be good, man. It is going to be good, and I have to, man, I'm trying to start the double win 94 meta. Maybe it'll catch on in 2021, maybe if I'm lucky. So getting a look around here, the Knights, they're gonna be one of the first teams to be dropping on out. They're gonna be sending it down there to the south. Bragg Machines going up there to the north. Football is still in the plains. I mean, what is standing out to you right now on this drop, Jukes?
So right off the bat, you see Hacienda throwing right dead center. We know that Team Queso loves to drop there. They dropped there the last time we saw them play this map, and they did get hot dropped by another squad, and Team Queso took them out really quick. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you've never played Miramar 2.0, Hacienda del Patron is the only place where you can get the Golden Murado. That's right, that's a vehicle. There's only one in this entire map, and it looks like Team Queso are going to have it all to themselves right here. So really fortunate for them. Cloud9, we know they like to go to El Pozo, and it looks like that's exactly where they're headed to with Nova, it looks like. But oh, Team Umbra, they ended up dropping at Hacienda. I thought that they were by themselves, but no, sir. Team Umbra wants a piece of them, and it looks like they are getting it.
Yeah, Umbra, they actually dropped on them yesterday as well, and then Team Queso were able to come out on top of that one. But this is round number 2, and
shots.
Yeah, nice trade right there with the M16 from Ayala, able to connect on Hollis, and that's going to even the playing field right now. Looks like both revives will be able to come on out, but Ayala on top of this roof right now should be able to get some good sight lines over there.
And that just goes to show you the experience that these squads have. But Ayala felt that nade, and that we know when you get touched by a nade like that, that's an eviction notice. You know another one is most likely coming your way. So he's looking to find another position, try to get an angle, and get another initial knock right here for his team.
Just a little love tap, just a little love tap. And Ayala looking to return the favor with that SKS, that 7.62, especially early on. No one has helmets, no one has armor. Like that 7.62, that could be the deciding factor on who wins this engagement. I mean, that thing hurts when it connects onto you. And you got Vindex trying to play that off angle on the outskirts of this one. And Team Queso, this is interesting. Not something that we're used to seeing the team do. Usually they like to take the early fights. It looks like they're going to be pulling out just a little bit.
Man, having a 7.6 weapon right off the bat right here is monumental going into a fight like this, because Hacienda del Patron does not have enough loot for 2 entire squads right here. And so, like you said, you're seeing your teams without helmets, without vests, and if you have a 7.6 weapon, 1 bullet, and you're instantly knocked, and you can just see it right here.
That's it.
They ended up catching Hollis, and that's a knock and thirst as he was a little bit out of position from the rest of his team. And then now that Team Queso, they have that extra member up. It looks like they're going to try to get a little bit more aggressive and use their numbers to an advantage.
That's so crazy, too. I feel like they were pushing on out. They didn't want to take the fight. They were successful, but then, you know, kind of turning their heads, looking behind them, seeing that there's actually a squad or an enemy out there, you know, that's going to change this battle completely. And yeah, now they're looking to come back into their home territory. Vendex on the off angle will be connecting onto Mystic. Now going to be making the push, trying to get the thirst, trying to make this a 3v3 once again. Ayala with the SKS, Axel on the roof will be shutting that one down. And oh no. Okay, Killfeed, that's another fight. B4 Max and falling over there. I don't know what's happening over there. So Mystic able to get the revive. Axel's position right now, overlooking all this.
Big trades, but look, if you look at right now, Vindex, he is completely away from the rest of his squad, so he is not going to get picked up in this situation as Team Queso is able to get Mystic revived. But man, these guys do not have a lot of health. They do not have a lot of kit as Ayala pushing on his own and gets caught.
Yeah, you gotta.
But
you
Mystic
gotta
with the support.
Ooh, that's perfect. That's perfect because they were trying to get
angles.
the thirst. Yeah, they were trying to get the thirst right there, but Axel, I mean, Axel knows this like the back of their hand. You saw that, the drop down, the vault on into that window, the pre-fire right there, able to take a lot of good shots on a ProLord. We'll be forcing ProLord to kind of dip back into this corner, and there's a grenade onto ProLord, and oh my goodness, there's only one more member alive, and they're gonna be getting shot in the process, and Axel looking to get the confirm, looking to get the finish here, and I gotta say, this is 0 for 2 when it comes to Team Umbra dropping Hacienda, but
oh my goodness!
Football is, where are they coming from?
They want a piece of the action right now as they are headed straight into Hacienda. Lutz, one of their top players, throwing some nades right now. But man, Team Queso, these guys know Hacienda so well. Every single little nook and cranny, but Lutz catches Marco with a huge grenade to open up this fight, and they're well looted.
Yeah, exactly. They know it so well, but they have no loot. They use all their utility, all their ammo in the early engagement with Team Umbra. Now it comes down to driving skills. Can they hop in that Golden Marauder, steal it, and get on out of harm's way?
Oh my goodness!
On Soul K going for the spray. Look at it, Mystic, Ayala, everybody so low. They are so low with their health, and oh, they had lucked out big time right there, but I love the aggression from Football List. I love that.
Man, that was almost like a movie right there from Team Queso, just driving out, hitting the gas. I guarantee you, if you saw that player's thumb, it was a white knuckle right there on the gas button, trying to get his squad out of there alive. And that just shows you how powerful that Golden Marauder is. It's just so quick. No, if he had any other vehicle, there's no way that team made it out there. But man, Team Queso, unfortunately, losing a member. They did get 4 kills, though, so that's an extra 4 points on the board for them. But man, yeah, Football is really surprising for them to kind of come in for that third party like that.
I mean, think about it. You know, they did their research. They saw the kill feed popping off. They know where it's happening. Everybody knows Team Queso. They love Hacienda, so they got that gear. I mean, I even saw a member from Football List with a level 3 helmet on when they were making that push. So they are looking to get some kills. And talking about teams looking to get some kills or avoid getting killed. Frag Machines, they already lost 1.
Yeah, they sure did. And you can see this is the good old Marauder right here. And this is the convertible version right here as they're driving to find another spot, get some more loot, and get ready for the rest of the zone. This is only zone number 1. And man, to see Football is so aggressive off the bat, that just goes to show you the way this team is looking to play today.
Yeah, y'all out here, y'all at esports are going to be a little separated, looking to get some points underneath their belt. And once again, you know, SWAT 69, they're all kind of spread out for the time being. You got King behind this rock, kind of toss out a grenade right there. But let's check out this replay.
Yeah, you know, you can definitely see some big work coming from Team Queso and Football List, man. But that just goes to show you how strong this Football List teams. They know Hacienda as well. We're able to get a big knock onto Marco. And after that, Team Queso was like, nah, we can't risk this fight with the loot we have. Let's just get out of here. And we're able to make it by the skin of their teeth.
Yeah, and you know, Team Queso, they saw who it was, you know, because one of their squad mates got knocked. And almost immediately, they hopped in the car and they got on out of there. They did not want to take it. So I'm curious, you know, maybe if it was another team that's kind of down there on the bottom of the leaderboard, like, would they have stayed and fought it? I don't know. It's up for debate. But talking about teams, you know, taking shots, we see that mini-map. We see Headquarters trying to third-party this right now. Third-party Unique.
Yeah, you can definitely see Team Unique got that mini right there, and that thing is just a laser beam of a DMR. But Loka with that scar, putting in some work, gonna get the finish right there onto Lightning. Tough break for Team Unique.
It might have the laser, but you gotta know how to use it. You gotta know how to use it, and looks like Unique, they're kind of getting crunched down right now. You got Headquarters taking some shots onto them. I mean, you got the third party coming on out from SWAT 69. So looks like they're in full retreat mode. They are kind of separated for the time being. Next zone does go on up, so, you know, good for them. They will be in it.
And yeah, you can definitely see some big work coming from these squads. Moving on over to KONINAPOWER. Lost Gonzo early here. And you can see that they're trying to see if they can spot out Frag Machine on the rotation. Hopefully get a car blow up right here. Axer, he's got that M4 locked and loaded, ready to go.
Yeah, if they do take the fight, you know, it's a 3v3, you know, because Frag Machines also lost one really early on. But I don't even think Frag Machines are aware that they're being tracked down right now. They're kind of just, you know, going on in through the terrain, looking for some more loot, really.
Oh, yeah, you know, Frag Machine just trying to move around, get a little bit set up. It's still early in the circle here. We're in zone number 2, and usually in zone 2, honestly, zone 1 and zone 2, most players, most teams, they just want to avoid fights completely, you know? They don't really want to go and get into it and lose an entire squad early on as Age Headquarters catches another member from Team Unique. That's 2 members down right now. They are getting just picked apart.
Yeah, I mean, they're getting picked apart, and they're desperate for loot. You see them out here still kind of, you know, jumping window to window, trying to get some meds, trying to get some additional ammunition. But Headquarters, you know, already with the scent, already going to be following Team Unique out there. You see one of their members up here on the high ground, able to take a couple shots on into those windows and just keep them guessing, you know, keep them guessing, keep them pinned down, keep them on their toes.
Oh, yeah, you know, Headquarters just saying, you don't want to come towards us right now because we can definitely hit some major shots. And they have. I mean, they took out 2 members of Team Unique pretty quickly right there. So if you're Team Unique and you're the last 2 members, you're just trying to stay alive and get as much placement points as you can. But you also got to worry about getting full scent on right now as SWAT 69 are on the hill, about to spot them out.
Yeah, and that's another, like, a really important skill, especially, you know, when you're playing with the best of the best, you know. Yeah, you want your squad mates to be able to hit those shots, you know, able to get those flicks, but in situations like this when you have all the odds stacked against you, like, how do you get survival points? Like, how do you get placement points? It's another skill set, a completely different skill set that not many teams can handle under the pressure, and we'll see what Unique can do right here as they got SWAT 69, they got Headquarters, both of those teams currently overlooking their compound.
And that's really what this is all about. You know, the whole game in general is just about survival. That's the essence of Battle Royale in general right here. But it's a lot easier said than done, especially when you're going to get some of the best teams all over the world right here, as every single one of these teams can frag out Pedro Dog with the M24 catching Adder with the headshot right there. Love to see some bolt action sniper rifles here on Miramar.
You got Cartage out here trying to get the thirst, seeing that pop off in the kill feed. So getting a nice little view of this map. Where will the next circle go? Okay, Los Leones.
Nice little hard shift south right here. If you're Team Nova, Team Queso, all these guys, you can just see the quickness coming from these squads instantly, just on the rotation, trying to find a spot. KONINAPOWER, Frag Machine, and Team Y'all are going to have the edge right here. But Tempo, man, they're going to have to gatekeep a bunch of squads coming into this next zone.
Yeah, they got the Knights, they got B4, Alpha Legends, UDR Killers, Footballists. So they definitely have the opportunity and the possibility of getting some nice kills, but you know, being right there on the edge, it might funnel in a lot of squads in their general direction, so they also need to be able to defend that position because they might get crashed on very shortly.
Oh yes, they will right now. You can see Uter putting in some work, taking out the vehicle from Ron from Footballists, so he's gonna have a hard time rotating in. Look at that shot from Nano with that mini 14. Taking out Footballists, one of the best players, Lutz.
Now they're going for the toes. So in the kill feed, I mean, we're seeing a lot of sniper shots being had right now. You know, the Mini, the Car 98, and here comes the return fire. I'm looking real quick. So this is not in the next circle, actually. So it does look like Love's trying to get the revive, trying to get the pickup, and even, you know, get their squad mate in the vehicle and, you know, reposition on this one, get on into new zone. The question is, UDR Killers, like, how much time are they going to spend up here? Because they're also not in the zone.
Well, I think knowing it's Footballists, I think they want to kind of make a point right now to be able to take him out, and I could totally see why they went to the lengths they did to pick up Lutz, especially seeing after his just pure gun skill ability, man. That guy has hit some major shots right here, so they're going to go ahead, risk it, and it is going to pay off. They're going to pick him back up and try to rotate into this next circle.
Yeah, talk about teams trying to rotate. Alpha Legends, we saw them earlier on getting some nice knocks on the Cloud9, but Cloud9 able to get the revives, and now they're focusing on repositioning. Pyra is going to be connected on Beowulf, popping on out of that buggy, going to be going for some shots on the Kato, but Kato able to send it on right over that hill, and get on out of harm's way. The question is, Bale,
1v1.
is he aware? Yeah, is he aware of Faker right here on the opposite end of the hill? We see some shots on the minimap. Faker is receiving some assistance from their squad mates, but Bale looking to pop on over that corner. Oh, and Kato in their sight lines, going for that spray down.
Look at that play right there from Alpha Legends. I absolutely love it. Kato right there was just putting down suppressive fire onto Cloud9 to allow his other teammate Faker to drive out in the open right there. If those shots didn't go, Faker was done 100%. Love to see that kind of team play right there. Those are the kind of plays that make a huge difference into possibly winning a match.
Exactly, and that forced Cloud9, you know, to peel on off that one and, you know, rethink if they want to take that engagement. Next circle. Oh, Hot Chicks, next circle. This is nuts.
Oh, yeah, nice and down south, dead center right here. Not a lot of cover in this area, so Yala is going to have to leave Los Leones and try to get into this one. Headquarters, dead center in this one, but every single team is going to try and crash onto this location. We're just going to see absolute carnage from here on out, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'm getting a little scared for Cloud9. They might get sandwiched here soon. I see football list. Yeah, they look like they might be heading in that general direction. Tempo are also in that area as well. So we might see some conflicts erupting here very shortly. And we were looking at the Knights earlier on. They're in the compounds. They're trying to get some headshots. They're trying to get some snipes off on Cloud9. They're not going to be in the circle. And now it looks like they're the ones being sniped at.
Oh yeah, Sixless getting taken out from B4 and Thirsted right here. And now B4, Maxon taking out Carnage. We're just starting to see the kill feed get insane right now. KONINAPOWER against Tempo going crazy. There's fights all over the place.
Yeah, and that's because of the circle. I mean, this circle, the shrinks, we have 15 squads still alive out here. So we saw Raven just a moment ago able to toss a much needed smoke on their squad mates. It doesn't matter though. Levi from B4 is going to be giving Raven that one tap dirt nap over here. Now it looks like the Knights are just getting pinned down. Nowhere to go.
And they're just trying to take off. There goes Carnage in the buggy right there. Ooh, gets clipped really hard as he's trying to get this rotation. He's just trying to find a spot. He's going to have to eject. Yeah, nothing.
Trying to live.
Yeah, just trying to survive. And there goes one of his tires. And here comes
the zone.
Tough break right here for Carnage.
Tough break. So all the Knights kind of just scattering right there, all going their separate directions, just trying to continue on to survive. And we were looking at football list earlier on. They were looking to get aggressive onto Team Queso, and it looks like it's rematch time as Lutz is sending it right on past them into the smokes, missing the mark right there. Lutz is going to be connected on, and not only that, but flushed on out, and Soke. It's up to Soke. Soke versus Mystic. Mystic going to be pre-firing on into the smoke. Soke with the HP advantage and the cover. With the vehicles getting this grenade ready, cooking it. The lean peek tossing it, and there you go. Soke able to clutch that one out, and the rematch. The two teams, they end up finding each other at the end of the day.
Man, it's so crazy to see like how these teams really think on the same wavelength. But Footballist, man, just had that thought just come into his head a quarter second earlier. They both seemed to pick up nades and decide to throw them there. But yeah, you know, you just saw that member from Footballist pulled it just a good second earlier, gets the knock and finish onto Team Queso.
Carnage dead. Now it's up to J7 for the Knights to survive out there. The lone wolf in the desert. Hopefully they have some meds. Pyre from Cloud9. A little grenade fishing action over onto Frag Machine's going to be tossing, chunking a couple of them on into the smokes onto Outplay, but Freak trying to get the wraparound, but quickly going to be spotted by Footballist, and not only that, Pyra taken down as well.
Footballist said, no, sir, man. These guys are so great at hitting shots from long range. Not a team you want to get caught in the fire up right here by any means. And they got a pretty deep, well, actually, they're out of zone right now and have to cross. Look at this. It's all open field right now. So they are just trying to pick out their angles and get some entry knocks to hopefully be able to push into this one.
Exactly. So it does look like the other squad mates of Cloud9 are in the circle we saw there just a moment ago. So Pyre kind of got pinched out there on the outskirts. But Footballist, 5 kills, 3 members up for the squad. 12 teams alive all together here in this Miramar game. And They're trying to get these shots onto headquarters. So they blew up the vehicle. They see the smokes there, trying to shoot those feats right now.
Yep, try to catch the toes right now, get an angle. Wow, look at these guys from Footballist. They're so good at being able to hit just the tiniest pixel. And these kind of shots are going to be huge for allowing them to get into this next zone.
Yep. You see I'm making the pull up right here. Soulk has this hill to work with. Behind them are their squad mates. So they are going to be pretty solid when it comes to that. They do need to avoid the splash damage from these grenades, but they're trying to connect over here. My fear is for Footballist, if they try to get aggressive onto headquarters, I see SWAT 69 up there on the high ground as well. They might get whiff of this and they might pop on over there and decide to third party this.
It's totally possible, but I think right now football is in their mind. The only thing they're thinking is just trying to get into this circle right here. They're trying to find a position, not sure if they're able to kind of edge their way in behind this hill or if they have to push into these houses right here. But right now, I mean, if anybody can make plays, it's them. These guys are not afraid to get in a fight, that's for sure.
And they might just be right there on the edge. And look at Soulk recognizing recognizing that there's a squad up there on the high ground. We'll be tossing a bunch of smokes and now popping in the bus, trying to reposition right now to their squad mate. Nice. Okay, so they made it in. They made it in after all.
Real smart. Those smokes were basically decoys right there, saying, okay, a threat to push up on you. And as soon as they threw those smokes out, rotated away right there. Real smart play, but we're getting into it right now. Zone number 5, about to be zone 6, about to pop right now. And we're starting to see all kinds of teams get taken out right now.
Yeah, we saw J7, the Snake, get taken out all the way down there in the south. Nova going to be making their push on in with 3 up, but SWAT 69 right now on the east side of this circle. Going to be spawning out headquarters in the compounds right there, taking some shots, and it does look like SWAT 69 just spreading a little too far away from one another. One of their squad mates are going to be, connected on, but a revive should be successful.
Next zone just popped dead center right now, and SWAT 69 is in a really good position. This is the kind of zones that you really hope for right here, I think, in this situation. So if you're SWAT 69, you want to go for the chicken dinner right now and get a bunch of kills to kind of help offset those games where you get those tough circles and get taken out early. So this is their opportunity, and they need to take it right now.
Look at this outplay from Frag Machine right behind this little tiny rock. And, both Frag Machines and Footballist need to reposition. And when it comes to the side of Footballist, this might be their opportunity if they want to make the push on into and backstab headquarters. Because headquarters, they also need to move, but in their sight lines up there on the high ground, it's going to be SWAT 69. But looking back on over here, the duo from KONINAPOWER, trying to connect these grenades on the Cloud9. Cloud9 in this dip. Their van burnt to a crisp, and here comes the pull-up, here comes the push, and KONINAPOWER, 5 kills, eliminating Cloud9 right there.
Taking them out, Cloud9 uneven, just trying to kind of hold it down, and while he was stuck in a decision, do I pick up Bayo, do I go for this fight? Goes for the fight, and KONINAPOWER with the 2v1 right there, taking them out.
Taking them out, and taking their position as well, taking their position. So we got Yala, we got Nova on top of one another. They are just scrapping it on the kill feed. Same thing with KONINAPOWER. They're not done. They took out Cloud9. They're going to take out Tempo Storm as well. Frag Machine going to be hearing those shots all the way out there in the distance, trying to chuck some long grenades, get a nice little balance over there. But remember, information is everything. I mean, they're going to be giving away some information off of those nades.
Yeah, but they are doing some jump nades, so they are jumping while they throw that grenade. That's going to give it a little bit of extra range right here. But look at this, Yala and Nova Esports getting into it.
The vehicle explosion onto AZ will be taking them down and out. HZL extremely low in the health department, just going for the spray down with the Uzi, but Yala Esports able to win the engagement, but SWAT 69 catching whiff of that fight will be trying to third party that one. And that shot onto outplay with the M4.
That's it. Frag Machines and Nova Esports out just like that. 5 teams remaining here in this zone. And we talked about it earlier, SWAT 69, they're on the highest point of the hill, but they got to play it aggressive right now. I think that they really need to make their presence known. Footballist, they've been doing that all game, but they only have 2 members remaining. But man, did they have a tough rotation getting into this one. And that's it. 1 member. Jamas with the angle, able to take out both members of Footballist, and that's Footballist out in 5th.
rip the dream right there. I think I saw they had like 6 kills though, so they definitely have a lot of kill points to kind of keep them afloat for, you know, that 5th place position. So Yala Esports, they got 3. SWAT 69, they got 3. Headquarters, they got 1. KONINAPOWER, they're still alive. Of course they are. They got 2 all the way out there on the edge in the west. And you know who might have seen him? This last solo member from Headquarters.
Well, he's going to have to put in work because this KONINAPOWER team, they got 2 members up, but they also got 8 kills on the leaderboard so far. So these guys have been putting in work. 8 kills, 7 knockdowns, 1,519 damage dealt so far. Only this duo up, but man, this is a deadly duo right here.
Deadly duo, and talking about being deadly, it looks like Yala Esports going to be tossing out some smokes, trying to reposition. They're going to be fighting for the same terrain that KONINAPOWER are currently snaking on out, but SWAT 69 will be spotting that rotation, taking a lot of shots on top of them, inflicting some nice damage.
Yeah, it's Yala Esports right now trying to go ahead and get a big win that they definitely need here, but KONINAPOWER finding problems, getting more kills onto their board, spotting them out. Oh, only 1 member left, and it is Tixie. If you're going to have anyone up for them, it's going to be Tixie right there.
Not only that, Yala, they might have focused on taking out that solo from KONINAPOWER, but they were forced to get into this engagement at the same exact time in the back end of this onto SWAT 69. So SWAT 69, they got 2 up. They got the smokes. They got the cover, but Yala sees this as a red flag, will be just spraying on into that smokes. Going to be finding another one from SWAT 69 right there. So SWAT 69, only a solo. Headquarters, only a solo. SWAT 69, no more. And KONINAPOWER is able to get the revives.
Oh my goodness.
Going to be making the push. We'll be connecting onto that 1 member from Yala. Now it's just up to 0-0. Tossing a grenade. This could be it. And KONINAPOWER taking them down. And what happened to Headquarters? They did it at the same time. KONINAPOWER, another chicken. Another chicken.
Another chicken and 11 kills on the leaderboard right here. Wow, this KONINAPOWER team, these guys are able to get it done, whether they have 1 member, 2, 3, 4 up. What a play coming from this squad.
Oh, and not only that, they're able to take multiple fights at the same time under pressure. You know, I mean, just think about the pressure there. But that revive, really, the turnaround right there was when SWAT 69 started taking shots on Yala. That allowed that much-needed revive on the side of KONINAPOWER.
Yeah, and you know, you look at Yala Esports, this is a team that is probably one of the most qualified and experienced teams in this entire lobby. We've seen them play all the way from some tournaments way back in the day right here, but they're seeming to kind of struggle with certain rotations. You can definitely see them be able to make some big plays. Hopefully looking forward to them to kind of get it together and finish it out here for the rest of the West tournament.
What a game. What a game. And wow, well, we got 2 more games to go. Before we get to that, let's send it to a quick break.
I love how I didn't even have to see you before we came on camera to know exactly what you were going to be doing. That's why I have my
Listen, man.
look straight at you, Seven.
I got a lot of slack for picking the wrong team, picking wildcard. I was just channeling my PMPL America's inner hot jukes, picking wrong teams when they're not even playing. But I did back it up. I went ahead and picked KONINAPOWER, and boy, did they show it up. They ended up getting 1st place, and only with 2 players towards the end. They played that so wonderful. I was actually pleasantly surprised of how long they survived, because they went up against teams like C9. I believe they also going up against teams like Temple Storm, and just the end. I don't remember his name, Tixie. It's such an amazing player. He was actually the last one alive there for a second. He was able to go back, pick up his teammate, and what a gameplay there by KONINAPOWER. A lot of people that were watching on YouTube were saying this is the KONINAPOWER that they expected, and guess what? They're finally waking up, and they're showing it here.
Well, we can also see B4 Esports. That's a player that Glitter had, or sorry, the team that Glitter had chosen. They technically did come out in 11th, but they finished better than the team I chose, a Temple Storm. Now I have to ask you, it's Glitter, this is democracy, right? We can vote, you and I, against him because he chose wildcard first. We can take this victory away.
Yeah, I guess we can do that. We can. Yeah. And chat will back us.
I'll allow it. I'll allow it this time.
Well, we can see, though, Team Umbra, after having a better performance in the last match, unfortunately falling to 15th place. Team Queso as well towards 9th. We've seen a lot of teams, kind of sit towards the bottom of the table, but I want to give a big shout out. Obviously we have SWAT 69, we had Yala, we had Headquarters, all getting in the top 5. And I bring them up in particular because this is some of the teams that have been struggling to ever have like a top 5 placing, let alone maybe even a top 10 placing here, guys.
In Yala being able to back it up with 6 kills, I think that was huge for them. I was surprised that they allowed KONINAPOWER to get so close to them and actually start knocking them. I think once we saw that, it was something interesting to see. And as we're seeing there, the stats from KONINAPOWER, the team that I chose to win the game, and they went ahead and did just that. 12 kills right there, 9 knocks. Look at the damage too. Almost 2,000 damage and only 700, about 700 healed. That's actually, it goes to show that they weren't only taking fights that they could go ahead and just finish right away. They didn't actually want to get in a back and forth because they didn't have the manpower to do that, especially towards the end.
Seven, if your head gets any bigger, I don't think it's going to fit on your webcam. Let's take a look, though, at our do the two moments from that last match. I love you. I'm just kidding. For other people out there, we're just messing with each other. And we're going to be starting off things looking at, Urda Killers. Like, this is a team that has had some rough times. I remember watching Absolute Legends Faker on our match yesterday take down 3 of them from just 1 car explosion. They've not been able to have that breakthrough performance that I really want to see out of them. Even Team Queso, you can see. I mean, Axel trying to push up. And Queso, the thing is, they like to rotate early, right? They like to get aggressive and get those positions. But the problem was, I don't think they were even in really good positions all across the board there. Glitter, talking about B4, you think they kind of fluffed it as well later on in the game?
So that, and I wanted to talk about that a little bit too. We were watching B4 early on, and they actually had set themselves up in a really, really good position, and they were super safe. Then there was, I think it was just after the 4th zone, they end up having to make a rotation a little bit north into the zone, and they end up getting taken out by Nova. And I think that was an opportunity that they kind of missed. They had a very strong showing up until that point. They already had 5 kills, and at the time they were the damage leader for the game. So there must have been a missed opportunity. I believe we saw one of the B4 players that was kind of out there early and scouting, and he did get knocked. And I think it was Mixera, and then Pedro went up to help after, and it just all kind of fell apart from there. But that was super disappointing because I think that at that point they were actually set up very, very strongly to win this game. And had that turned out differently, I think that they could have pulled down the win. I think also following up, though, just generally when we're talking about the end game of this match, we did see a ton of names that we've been waiting to step up to plate. You mentioned Yala, you mentioned Frag Machines, Headquarters, but one important thing to note is that at the end of this match, a lot of teams, I don't think any of the teams actually had a full roster. There were solos, there were duos, and I think the max amount was 3 people. Everyone had somebody knocked, and so at the end, it was just about who was picking the right fights and making those right calls.
And we definitely got to see Yala there, too.
One of the...
Yeah, go ahead.
I think for me, one of the teams that I know that we're currently not going to be able to see them here, but one of the teams that has been very consistent for me has been Footballers. They've been able to just go ahead and frag out. I think the last match they were able to get 6 kills, and before that, they've been putting up performances like 8 kills, 9 kills, and being on the top 5 list. I think that is huge for that team. That it's a team that kind of needs to stay consistent to be at the top. And I love seeing, even though this might be in a way scrims for teams, even though it is seeding, it's good to at least see teams coming in and being consistent in placing, and not only just placing, being consistent also with how many kills they're outputting in a match.
I think also we see for KONINAPOWER in our last match before the one we just had, and now Yala, it was like a confidence game for them, right? They were able to actually get some confidence going, realizing that they can make it to late game, realizing they can pick up kills, and hopefully for Yala's sake, I believe they're actually in 20th place, or at least were before we went into this match. Maybe they can use that to rise up. Maybe they can get some confidence under their wings and then start to soar throughout the rest of the games, because again, it's just about seeding, but maybe looking ahead into league play is really where this team is going to be focusing on. But are there any other teams that kind of stood out to you within that match as we take a look at the total damage? I guess that's going to be a really good indicator of any teams that might have surprised us. And well, as you said before, Glitter, 1,500 damage for B4. They were rocking it.
Yeah, that's why I was saying they had all of like the tools at their disposal. I think it was just one, it was either a bad scout or a bad rotation after they had the first player knocked. They just pushed in, kind of gave too many opportunities for Nova to pick them off. But if you look across the board, this was a very strong game for a lot of teams. You see Headquarters was almost 1,300 damage, Yala with over 1,500 damage. Like, everyone stepped up to the board. It's what's like almost 1K damage for the majority of the teams that we saw in the top 8, you know? That's what I was looking for coming out of these teams, especially the ones that we were hoping